Hello friends, and thanks for joining me again. Here to talk to you about the new Emmyville Railroad, the Shay locomotive, and the steam up. If you remember back in my core and steam video, I had a visiting Shay locomotive come to the layout. And I wanted to really see how the Shay would do on my layout, because I had wanted to buy one for a long time. And this winter was seeming to drag on. I found a very nice Shay on eBay for sale, and I was able to purchase it at a very good price. So it arrived, and after getting out of the box and checking it out, I put it on the stand and did a test firing of it and was very happy to see the results. I also worked on the caddy to make it more appropriate for steam up transport. Going out to the Emmyville Railroad, I put the Shay on the track and was immediately disappointed in finding that due to the tight curvature at both ends of the line, that the Shay's drive links would come apart. So I then had to turn the engine around, and it could only run on my current layout with the cylinders on the inside, because if it was on the cylinders were on the outside, the drive links would come apart. So it was a little too tight at curves for this engine. These are just the break-in runs that you see here. I'm running it back and forth in both directions to get the engine worked in.
Uh-oh.
One of the things I was impressed with this locomotive is the fact that I don't have to shut it down every time it ran out of fuel like the Rubies. I could keep it fired and running continuously. However, I was disappointed in the fact that it only could run with the cylinders on the inside. At this time, I started getting the idea in my head that I needed to expand the layout. So I talked to my wife, and we kicked around the idea a little bit. And since with the current global pandemic going on, everything seemed to be canceled, so I figured I might as well make the investment in my own yard, since my backyard can't be canceled. I ordered this set of decals from a friend that owns a decal shop. They are custom made for the BB River Logging Railroad, number 5, which started in 1917 and now exists today at Clark's Trading Post in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. I applied the decals. I also noticed that I wasn't getting quite the fire that I should in the boiler. So I took apart the nozzle and cleaned out the gas jet on this, which required heavy disassembly of all the pipe fittings in the cab. And here's a view of the cab with everything disassembled to get to the jet. After deciding that we were going to expand the layout, I decided to take some parting shots of the locomotive's last run on the original Emmyville Railroad. Mm-hmm. No idea. Here's a view of the dump truck coming to deliver the fill for the Emmyville Railroad. In total, I ended up ordering 4 yards. I think I used about 3 yards of dirt total, and the other yard was spread around the yard for various holes and other projects I needed to do. And then I also contacted a local independent sawmill to get the new timbers for the Emmyville Railroad. I also was able to acquire a rail bender for code 250 rail for a good price. And then once I gathered all these materials, we immediately had a late spring snowstorm, which stopped all construction. But I decided to not let any snowstorm go to waste and get some pictures of number 5 running out in the snow. Once I got inside from that bitter cold and nasty day, I checked over the repairs I had made to the locomotive and decided the next day it was going to be nice and warm and dry. I would start ripping up the track of the original Emmyville Railroad. In the construction photos you see, I kept the depot in the same spot as a point of reference for photographs. I also acquired a good amount of AMS Code 250 Flex Track from a friend in the live steam hobby at a good price. With the warmer days coming, I decided to start filling in the new Emmyville Railroad, having the loader make quick work of that 3 yards of dirt. I graded out the areas that were new and leveled them out. And here's my daughter using that new dirt as a trotting track. I laid out the flex track in rough panels just to kind of see what I needed. And using the rail bender in a master rail, I made up the curves and ballasted them. I use chicken grit, and the particular grade of grit I use is starter grit. I find that it compacts in G-scale ties pretty well and provides a nice scale ballast look. The last step was to acquire some pine straw as a mulch. I use pine straw because I think it photographs a lot better than bark mulch, which has large chunks. And with all that put in, here is the inaugural train on the Emmyville Railroad. I was very pleased with the new layout, and especially pleased with how number 9 ran on the new wider curves.
Are you stuck?
With the success of these runs on my own, I decided to host a small steam up. Considering the events in the world, it wasn't anything large. It was just someone coming over with some more engines. I also got this neat little working water tower that actually will pour water into your engines. So with that, I'm going to leave you with some photos of my steam up and also some videos. As you notice in the yard area, there are no switches. At $150 something a switch, it's going to be a little bit before I have the spare money to dump on switches. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching these videos, and enjoy these videos of the steam up. And please click like and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.